Welcome back, peeps. My name is Zina and I am aging ethically. And if you're new here, what that means is that I only use vegan and cruelty-free products on my channel. I also like to share my experiences volunteering at farm animal sanctuaries and dog adoption events, as well as sharing my fondness of plant-based food. Recently, BH Cosmetics and Daisy Marquez, a YouTuber and social media personality, teamed up and created a vegan and cruelty-free palette. I purchased the product online from bhcosmetics.com, and there are a few aspects of this palette that I really love, which is why I purchased it almost immediately, but I really have to cut back on my spending. I've been buying a lot of palettes lately. Although it's a lot of fun, I have to actually go back and appreciate some of the palettes that I already own, which I'm going to be doing in the weeks and months to come. I'll still buy palettes, but I'm just trying to cut back. It's not easy. Stop it. Stop launching all these beautiful products all the time. Okay, so I love to do genuine unboxings because I feel like it's very real and you guys get an idea of what it looks like to get this package in the mail. So this came from BH Cosmetics. Of course I took my address off of here for obvious reasons. So I'm going to cut into this with my very dangerous looking knife. All right, put my knife down. Okay guys, so here we go. Oh. All right guys, so I just cut open into this box, but to my surprise, inside in plain view was the return address label in case I want to return the item, and it has my address, you know, glaring on it. So I'm just going to reshoot this piece. I took out that information because I don't want to broadcast that to the world. I think you'll understand. But anyway, I'm going to open the box again. It's Daisy, and she is adorable. I don't know much about this YouTuber, so I'm not going to claim that I do. But right away, you can see on the card that comes with the palette, one of the reasons why I bought the palette. Obviously, there are some bright, vivid colors in there, which would probably be a lot of fun to play with. But it has like a stand-up mirror function, which I just find so unique and fascinating. It's almost like a little mini vanity, and I just find that to be so cute. So on the front, you have Daisy holding her little palette and looking super cute, and then she has a little personal message on the back with another look. It's kind of like reds. It's really pretty. And then on the front she has like kind of like a smoky eye look with all different sort of colors there from her palette, which looks like fun. Now inside the box is this little moment right here. So this is kind of neat. There's no like peanuts or bubble wrap in here, which I find kind of fascinating. And what we have is this bag. Cool, so it's a BH Cosmetics bubble wrap bag. Neat. And then out comes the palette, of course. So this is the BH Cosmetics Daisy Marquez collaboration palette. I love greens. I know I say it so many times, I'm going to stop saying it, but I love minty greens, winter green, all shades of green, but I particularly love minty green. I'm going to open this up for you. It slides right out. Now I haven't watched not one single review online, so I don't know what this package swatch is like. I don't know how it performs. I have literally no idea, so we're going to learn together so that it's 100% honest and unbiased. Ooh, it just opens right up. Oh, and it's magnetized. Okay, so I don't know if you can. Okay, so all right, there was like a little resistance there, and then there it closes. So the whole palette is magnetized. There, I just reviewed. That's neat. Oh, that's neat. Okay, so this is the palette. I'm going to put the mirror portion down in my lap, and then this is the palette itself. It's very lightweight, And looks like it has a little piece of plastic covering here. And that part just kind of slides right off. And I really want to put this mirror in here. How do I do that? Is it magnetized or do I just, okay. So basically, okay, so this isn't, yeah. So this is not magnetized. This mirror just kind of slides into this little slot section right here, if you will. You have your little mini vanity with all these pretty, pretty colors. Looks like the top 2 rows are all mattes and the bottom 2 rows are shimmers. So that's fun. Without further ado, I'm gonna jump right into some swatching. I have Naked, Dolce, Bittersweet, Cocoa, and Matter going this way across. Thumb. All right, guys. Boom. Boom. There we go. That's pretty. There we go. There's that. All right. As Rich Lux would say, slightly chalky the house. Rich Lux is a drama channel, and it's a lot of fun, and it's one of my guilty pleasures watching that channel. And he has some catchphrases that are really, really fun to say. And chalky the house is a term that he uses when he swatches a palette and the shadows are a bit chalky. One thing I've learned in my makeup journey is that some makeup can be chalky on a swatch and perform very well on the eye. So I do the swatches because a lot of people like freak out if you don't swatch a palette in a review, and that kind of makes sense. I would too. I get it. Really quick, the next row is Karma. That's that super vibrant red. I really like that. Flower, Vintage, really. Daisy, ooh, and Passion Fruit. Ooh, ooh, I just dug, I went to swatch Flower and she kind of crumbled. She kind of crumbled a bit. I'm not pressing too hard, that's weird. Okay. That was the one that kind of crumbled. You can see a little piece kind of fell off there, and this is that super, ooh, that's that super vibrant red. That's kind of pretty. Ooh, very pretty. Okay, so these are the matte swatches. We're gonna move down to the next row and do these shimmers. Slime, and the S is a $sign. We have Lucid, we have Stunt, Icy, and Angelic. These feel pretty creamy. A lot creamier than the mattes. High Green, I love you. Go. Ooh, very shimmery, yeah. Yep. Very light. Okay, so these shimmers are, as soon as I swatch, they're almost like off of my fingers. We're just gonna go right into the last row. Royalty, Dream, Bougie, Lust, and Cha-Ching, which is a sort of forest green moment down there. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. It's kind of hard to tell where I even put those shimmers because they really, there wasn't a big payoff on the swatch there. So, let me see, I'm gonna go right here. That was Royalty, the coppery shimmer. That's that seafoam shimmer, the golden shimmer. Yeah, these are very, very subtle, like very, very subtle. Straight away, I'm going to tell you that these matte shades have some pigment, but they seem a little chalky, and these shimmer shades seem very delicate and creamier, but very faint and subtle. Now, this palette retails on bhcosmetics.com for I'm looking at my laptop right now for $23. So it's very, very affordable, and because of the price point, I'm not expecting miracles, to be honest with you. I just thought that the packaging was super cute. I was drawn to this, and a couple of these shades I was drawn to. These look like very easy transition shades. We have some dramatic shades in here as well. They're the minty green that I love so, so much. And I was thinking maybe I could do some spring looks with some of these lighter shades as well. Daisy has some pretty dramatic pigmentation here, as you can tell. And I'm very curious to see if I can achieve a similar level of impact pigmentation as this young lady is demonstrating for us. I already did my foundation, and just judging by the Chalky the House swatches, I'm gonna put some tape down so that I think I'm going to get some fallout. So I kind of regret doing my foundation first, but let's see what happens. I'm gonna try to create the look that Daisy has on this postcard that comes with the palette. I've already primed my eyes with Too Faced Multi-Use Concealer. It looks like she has a transition shades, like a dark sort of deep sort of mauve or purple-ish, and it kind of looks like Bittersweet. I'm using a very light hand. Well, there's definitely pigmentation. I'm just wisping a little bit. There is some fallout, guys, but I'm just gonna wisp a little as I go, and hopefully it won't settle into my makeup, and we'll see. Looks like she really takes the shade all the way in. So it looks like she goes deeper with this brown cocoa. Get some on there. Get some cocoa. It's making me hungry. As there is fallout, and I'm really creeping myself out with them as many times as I've said fallout. The pigmentation is true, and it's performing quite well for a very, very inexpensive palette. Cool. Going to take a little passion fruit and lightly coats the brush, and I'm just going to go right on top of Bittersweet. Really not huge impact, but it's adding a little dimension. I want to grab Naked, which of course is closest to my skin. See that? Put on a little bit. I was kind of pouncing on it a little bit there, in all fairness. And I want to try to, I'm going to veil. I want to go in again with the darker shade, because I have a lot of eye space, and I need to see when I lift my eye up, I have a lot of eye space here, which is a blessing, but also problematic at the same time. It's a lot of canvas. Veil a little bit more up top here. Next, I'm going to deepen this outer portion yet with some of the matter, dark matter. From the swatch, this is a nice, rich black shade. I really like how rich this is. I'm trying to decide if it looks like she's done a cut crease or not. I'm going to do it anyway, just for the heck of it. Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. right in the middle of my eye. I'm going to put that dot, and then I'm going to look up, and it's going to mark my position. It's hard to see, but there's like a little dot up top, which is exactly what I was going for. I'm going to use that dot as a guide for my cut crease. I have very hooded eyes, and this technique actually helps to open up my eye. The crease is now cut. It looks like she has cha-ching on the center portion of the cut crease, and then it goes from Dream to Daisy on the outer portion. So I'm going to try to replicate that. Cha-ching! I'm going to try to blend cha-ching in with cocoa and madder. And I'm sort of dragging it out. It looks like, unfortunately, it looks like some of the shadows come up. This is the cocoa and madder that I used earlier, so I'm going to, I'm going to try to fill that back in. Maybe if I take my finger, there we go, it's a nice little green shimmer. I'm just going to pat it. Yeah, that seems to be working better than the brush. The brush actually seemed to be lifting the shadow up that I had already put down. Oh, I hate when that happens. I'm going to go in with Dream, which my lights are really picking it up, but it's a little light mint green, winter green shimmer. And I think I'm going to just pick it up with my finger. That seemed to work with cha-ching, so I'm going to do that again. And there we go. That's really pretty. Ooh, it's creating a really nice little ombre effect. I like that a lot. I'm going to do Daisy first and then do like the pop of white. The Daisy on this little, oh, it's pretty. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. It's a little Chucky at the house. Yeah, I'm not seeing that at all. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the finger again. There's that Tiffany's moment right there. Now I'm curious to go and watch the other reviews on this palette and see if they're having the same experience that I'm having. I kind of like doing that. I'll find a palette that I can afford or what have you, and I'll buy it. I'll do a review on the said product, and then I'll go watch other people review it. I just like to see how accurate I am. I'm going to take that Icy, which is a shimmer, very light, pretty much white shimmer shade. You definitely need to put down a little foundation first if you want these colors to pop. The mattes performed and blended quite nicely. I went a little higher up on my eye than I'm comfortable with, but I'm going to go with the flow now. That's my fault. But as far as like the blendability, it's there. It's very comfortable, feels very light. Has no scent whatsoever. I'm not unhappy. And I'm not mind blown. For a $20 palette, it's performing quite well. Friends, I'm going to pop off camera and try to recreate this look on the other side, and I'll be right back. I've completed the other eye. I think it's pretty even. It's looking that way. Very dramatic, a little patchy. I'm having a hard time getting the color to stick on portions of my eye, which is interesting. Just kind of dabbing it back on. It seems like there are just like a couple tiny little spots where it seems like the brush is actually removing the color, which is weird, but using my finger to apply the minty greens like Daisy and Dream and Cha-Ching has made quite a difference. And my goal today was to get these minty green Tiffany's sort of colors onto my eyes, and I have achieved that, so I'm pretty satisfied. Now I'm going to put on a little wing for you using the NYX Matte Liquid Liner in black. I'm going to do this while the tape is still on in the hopes that it will create a nice crisp line for me. And now for the ultra satisfying moment, which is removing my tape. Ooh. I really can't tell what's going on under her eyes. I'm assuming she's just continuing some of these shades underneath. So I'm going to take that first transition shade that I used, which was Bittersweet. I was going to use another color underneath, but I don't want to go too much further. It appears as though Miss Daisy has some very nice, long, luscious eyelashes. I could go ahead and put on some lashes, but I don't know if you'd actually pick up on them now because you could see like how dramatic my eyes are. So I'm just going to go ahead and put mascara on. Yeah, see, I think that the lashes would be a little extra. However, I am going to take a little of this NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk and just really brighten up the waterline of my eyes. Final thoughts. This palette is very lightweight. The packaging is super cute. The corners are magnetized so that this little mirror unit stays attached until you pull it off, and then you can assemble it as such, which is darling. I find that so cute. I'm a sucker for very original packaging. I absolutely love this mint green Tiffany's sort of color that the packaging has. This package does include the disclaimer that you shouldn't be using some of the colors on your eyes. Why? Because they are called pressed pigments and they are not called eyeshadows because they're vegan. They don't use carmine. They use an additive which is not probably FDA approved, which is why they can't call it eyeshadow. I have run into this using a multitude of vegan palettes, and I don't particularly have sensitive eyes, but I've never run into a problem yet. And I use a lot of vegan shadows, so someone called me out on this when I reviewed the Jeffree Star's Alien palette, saying, "Oh, I can't believe you used that color next to your eyes. It says not for use around the eyes." Well, it's basically a technicality, being that they can't be called eyeshadows because the vegan version of carmine is not FDA approved. They call them pressed pigments. That's my thoughts on the safety, and as far as the reaction to my skin has been quite nice and no complaints whatsoever. It's very lightweight, the shades. They are not cracking on my cut crease concealer, and I am 47, and that says quite a lot, so I'm very pleased, although I recommend using a very, very light hand. They're a little bit chalky to house, as you can see. I went in first, so I don't want to touch it again, but I swatched Flower and she crumbled on me. So you want to be a little careful with this palette. Is the palette worth $23? Definitely. That BH Cosmetics is always having sales. So it's a $23 palette, and you can most likely get it for like 20% off, 30% off on any given day, and it's definitely worth that. I have tried to recreate this look. I don't know, I think I did okay. Hers is a lot prettier, and the tones are pretty rich. And I think I've shown that you can achieve that level of pigmentation, although it takes a little finesse and a little bit of patience and a little bit of help with some concealer for cut crease to really get the pop out of those lighter shades. But it's definitely achievable and attainable. I love that the package is cardboard, which means that it doesn't really leave a big footprint on the environment. I'm really, really trying to cut back on plastics and buying plastic cosmetics. So this satisfies that need. So I know that this package will eventually biodegrade at some point. Is this the best performing eyeshadow palette I've ever used? Meh, not really, and it's certainly not the worst. It's very lovely, it's very light, it's not very bulky, so it doesn't take a lot of space. It has a cute little functionality with that mirror. And overall, I enjoy it. There is a little bit of fallout, so you have to account for that. And when you do your makeup, and especially if you have a big event planned and you're pressed for time, I would definitely do the eyes first and then do your foundation and your highlight, so that you don't ruin your look with a little bit of fallout, particularly if you're using the darker shades, because it will fall and then it will settle. You can see right in here there's a line of demarcation where that tape was. So even though I tried to keep sweeping, so it did actually land. And also using tape pulls up some of the foundation underneath too. So I have to be 100% fair. So I hope you enjoyed my 100% real, honest unboxing and review of this palette from BH Cosmetics and Daisy Marquez. I enjoyed it, and I had a lot of fun making this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Thank you so much for joining me on my makeup journey. I am not a makeup artist. I am just a makeup enthusiast, and I love to have fun and play with makeup, as I have done today. So this was very, very enjoyable. I do new videos every Monday and Friday, so please do come back and join me. Subscribe to my channel, share my videos to your heart's content, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye! I'm taking Bittersweet, and as you can see, oh, I'm afraid I might have a little fallout situation here, but we'll see. No! Oh no! 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 Daisy, don't do me like that. Thank you so much.